Fox Carolina First Alert Weather.
8:48 now. Good Monday morning again, everyone. Want to take you back to Clemson here. Remember when we looked at this an hour ago? We couldn't even see the trees or the buildings in the foreground here. So signs of progress against this dense morning fog. But you do still see plenty of it kind of tailing off into the distance there. So we're not quite out of the woods just yet, in many spots anyway. 47 degrees the current temp in Clemson. So it's on the cooler side, but milder than it should be on a typical January morning. So a victory in and of itself of that, and a sign of where the temperatures are ultimately going to take us to milder territory this afternoon. However, while it does seem to be improving somewhat in the Clemson area, even around Greenville, you see plenty of spots here: Asheville, Rutherfordton, Union, Lawrence, Greenwood, all reporting zero visibility right now. We got Newberry, Spartanburg, as well as Anderson and Franklin also seeing just a third of a mile visibility in your area. So still lots of dense fog out there to deal with. Please continue to use caution on your travels this morning. On first alert radar, though, no wet weather to deal with right now, nor do we expect any to be a problem today. In fact, once this fog dissipates, it's going to be a mostly sunny afternoon, courtesy of high pressure parked right off the Georgia-South Carolina coast. It's already helping to pump an unseasonably mild air mass in across the region, and it will continue to do so actually through the middle of the week until eventually this cold front back over New Mexico and into parts of Colorado eventually sweeps in with our next round of heavy at times rain beginning tomorrow and lasting into a good portion of our Wednesday, and a good bet that we're also going to see some thunderstorms as that system prepares to roll in too. So let's look at the next 24 hours here on your future track. There's your fog continuing into the 10 o'clock hour this morning, slowly kind of evaporating away off toward the east. Some spots around Union and Newberry, you might see it linger as far out as about lunchtime, but just about everybody by midday is back into mostly sunny conditions, and for the most part we stay that way heading into the 4 o'clock hour this afternoon. If you have any time to get outdoors today for a quick walk, a bike ride, get out for a walk with the dog, whatever it is, take advantage of it. Going to be absolutely spectacular once that fog gets out of here into this afternoon. Beautiful evening unfolding under mostly clear skies until clouds settle back in during the overnight period. And while it will generally be a dry commute first thing tomorrow morning, we will likely have some patchy fog at least again to contend with tomorrow morning. That holds in place until midday or so tomorrow. Then we get a few light showers in the afternoon. Main wave of heavier rain with some embedded thunderstorms starts to gather to our west around 5 o'clock, sweeps in across the area by about 9 p.m. Anderson, Greenville, up toward Asheville, and back to the southwest toward Hartwell and Elberton. You're likely in the thick of this first push of heavier rain and thunderstorms tomorrow evening. That gets out of the picture by midnight. A couple more rounds of scattered showers and storms come in into Wednesday morning, followed by one more in the afternoon on Wednesday when the actual cold front comes through. And it's that particular round, Wednesday afternoon, mainly south and west of south and east of I-85, where some of the storms have a low potential of becoming severe, could produce some damaging winds, or maybe even a low-end risk of an isolated tornado. So that's why we're prompting a first alert weather day for Wednesday when that arrives. Highs will stay in the mid-60s through the middle of the week, and then go back to some drier, cooler 50s starting on Thursday. Mountains mid-60s today, rain and storms tomorrow, 60 degrees, and culminating with a first alert weather day, 63 on Wednesday. Margaret Ann?